Shalom, shalom, Israel. It's your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And before I get started on anything, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God of Israel, none else. And a shalom, or shalom, peace and greetings to all the brothers and sisters who tuning in right now. Shalom to you. Today, we're going to be talking about, or piggybacking off my brother Benaiah class earlier. You know, basically letting you know, stop being simple. Stop being conditioned to be lied to. Stop conditioning your children to be lied to. Far too long, we have been lied to and accepted. In fact, we enjoy it. We enjoy being lied to. But at the same time, we like to say, don't lie to me. Be straight up. Be 100. Keep it 100 with me, brother. Keep it. Be honest, sister. Be honorable. You know, you try to raise your children to be honest, brothers and sisters. But at the same time, being ignorant to what's really going on and teaching your children nothing but lies. How do I know that? Because I was a part of it. You know? We truly don't know or understand what's really going on, and we don't know what to do. We going to and fro in this world thinking that everything is sweet. You know? You say, how are we being lied to? Or how do we teach lies? All right, well, we talking about Christmas. Christmas is the most relevant pagan holiday that everybody knows about, that everybody getting ready to celebrate. Tomorrow, you know, kids, they all giddy. The parents, they all hype and excited to see the look on the kids' face when they open the gifts, you know. But how do you lie to them? Let's see. Ask yourself one thing. What does Christmas mean? What does Christmas mean? Ask your child that. You know? I had a child come to me the other day asking me why I don't celebrate Christmas. And before I answered him, I wanted to make him think about what he was doing since he was questioning what I was doing. I asked him a simple question. What is Christmas? And he stood there with a blank look on his face like, nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. So, being the person that I am, I like to ask questions. I ask questions to make individuals think while talking to me. So the next question I asked, well, what are some of the things that you do during Christmas? He said, open gifts, family get together, we eat good. I said, okay. Now, this is coming from a 9-year-old now. Keep that in mind. I said, so what does Christmas represent? First answer come out of his mouth is baby Jesus. I said, okay. So you don't know what Christmas is, but it's supposed to represent baby Jesus. Okay. If that's the case, well, before we move any further on that, I asked him another question. I said, on your birthday, since Christmas represents baby Jesus' birthday, on your birthday, what are some of the things that you do on your birthday? Open gifts and blow out a cake. We eat cake. I said, okay. What about your brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunties? What do they do for their birthday? You know, we have a cake and we have gifts. I said, okay. So why on Christmas, why don't y'all have a cake for baby Jesus then? Why y'all don't have a cake? He gave me that confounded look. That's expected. He's 9 years old. But at the same time, being 9 years old, he'd been celebrating Christmas for 9 years. He should have some type of understanding as to what Christmas is, but he didn't. So I asked him another question. Well, you celebrating baby Jesus. Tell me another thing. Where does Santa Claus come from? Gave me the same look. Confounded. What about the elves? Have you ever seen an elf? No. I said, what about reindeer? He said, oh, reindeer are real. Reindeer are real. I said, yeah, you're right. Have you ever seen any of them flying? He said, no, I ain't never seen one with a red nose neither. I said, you're a very smart young man. I said, where does the Christmas tree come into play? If you celebrating the birth of baby Jesus, where does the Christmas tree come into play? He looked around like he was trying to find a Christmas tree in my house or something. Once again, confounded. Now, he's 9 years old, so I don't take no joy in that. But my joy was having him to think about the things that he was doing. He was no longer following, but asking questions. He wanted something to make sense. He seen something that was out of the norm, which was us, our family, not celebrating what everybody else was doing. And it was a light to him, and it made him wonder why this light is different from the other. So we asked questions. So I didn't go in, straight up and down and say, it's of the devil. It's evil as hell. It's wicked. It's pagan. And even the ones who celebrate it know that it's pagan. I didn't have to do that. All I did was plant a seed, just like Paul did. Plant a seed, and the Lord gonna get an increase. All I did was plant a seed and make the young brother think, ask more questions. And that's what he did. Ask more questions. So I asked him, where did you get baby Jesus from? How do you even know about him? He looked around again, confounded, saying, the Bible. I said, oh, okay. So you read about Christ in the Bible? Well, I ain't read it, but I heard the story. I said, okay. But what else did you read about him? Oh, no. So Christmas is supposed to represent his birth. What else happened around his birth? Oh, no. One of the commandments that the Lord tells his people to do each and every time we have a high holy day, whether it be Passover, Feast of First Fruits, the Day of Simon, Day of Atonement, Feast of Dedication, Purim, Destruction of Nicanor, we're supposed to repeat the story so that the kids understand what it is that they celebrate and why and how to do so. Doesn't that make sense? But for the most part, we just follow tradition of men without even questioning. Because the whole world does it, we figure it must be right. It must be good because the whole world is doing it. Think about that. But back to what I was talking about. I asked the young man, you read about Christ in the Bible. You celebrate something that he told us not to do. His father told us not to celebrate those customs. You can find that in Jeremiah 10:2 on down. The Lord said, don't be fooled or be conditioned to these different philosophies and tradition of men, especially when they are not rooted in Christ. I'm paraphrasing, but that's in Colossians 2:8. But our people are as sheep being led to the slaughterhouse, being in sin, being in wickedness, following behind man, following behind the oppressor, trusting in our enemy. When it's Sirach 12:10, the Lord said, never trust thine enemy. But we consistently teach our kids lies, but want them to speak the truth to us. Consequently, we doing what? Teaching them how to lie, how to accept being lied to, and how to lie themselves. Think about that. You tell them all these different stories of Santa Claus coming down the chimney, the elf on the shelf, telling them that if you're on Santa's naughty list, you're gonna get a lump of coal, or if the elf see you, you're not gonna get any gifts. So you got the child being obedient to handcrafted material, to dolls and toys and myths, rather than being obedient to the parent or to the Most High God. You're teaching your child to obey and bow down and serve idols. That's a form of idolatry, whether you want to believe it or not. The same way you got them pledging allegiance to a flag that won't save them. Think about that. Yeah, ain't got no gas. But that's beside the point. But you're teaching your children lies. Nothing but lies. And then they grow up living a life being lied to and wonder why their marriages, why their relationships consistently go down a downward spiral. Stop lying to your children. Tell the truth. Man up or woman up. The child is going to respect you regardless because you're the parent. You know? You telling them, or you telling, just say you got 3 kids. For an example, 3 kids. You got one that's 10, one that's 8, and one that's 5. The one that's 8 and the one that's 10, they already know that Santa doesn't exist. But you want to keep some type of gimmick or tradition going with the youngest child. So you'll tell the oldest 2, don't tell him that Santa don't exist. Thinking that you having fun with the child, or you're making his childhood that much more better. And you'll tell the other 2, don't tell him the truth. Don't tell him Santa don't exist. Don't spoil it for him. You know? Basically teaching the older 2 to lie to the child and to sit back and watch him, play in that lie. Run around in that lie. You know? You got the other 2 kids lying to the younger child. Meanwhile, you as a parent sitting back, continuing the tradition of lying to your child. You spending money to do so at that. Spending money to do so. You taking them to the mall, taking pictures with Santa. You putting it on your mantle. You're buying them stockings. And then the whole time while the school got them out for a whole month, what are you doing then? You're using Santa Claus and elves as a way of trying to control the children, trying to get them to be obedient to you. You telling them if you don't sit down and be quiet, Santa's gonna have you on a naughty list. On a naughty list. You're putting a little elf on the shelf in different spots throughout the house, taking pictures of it, saying that the thing moving on its own. It's watching the children. It's telling on the kids when they do something wrong. You thinking it's fun, you thinking it's cute, but you're lying to them. And you having them to be obedient to a toy. Lying to them. But the minute that they go out and do something against your will, or something that embarrasses you, you want them to straighten up and tell you the truth. Be honest with me, little Timmy, little Chris, little Susie Q. Tell me the truth. Little Keisha, tell me the truth. What happened? Who did this? And when they say they ain't seen nothing, knowing damn well they seen something, and the murderer go free, who do they have to look back on? Who did they learn that from? When you ask them, are you doing your homework, and they lie to you at the drop of a dime or the flip of a switch, who did they learn that from? And you dress it up and say, oh, it was just harmless, just a little white lie. It don't matter, man. It's still a lie. And you continuing in these foolish traditions. You running around buying gifts and hiding them from the kids for what? And they can't wait to get these gifts on this one particular day, when you could buy them gifts all throughout the year. But this year, or on this day, you got them all crunk, filled up with lies, with the so-called holiday spirit, wasting and blowing all your money. And then they turn around and play with the box that the toy came in, rather than playing with the actual toy. And the toy that you bought them, or the object that you bought them, is tore up in less than a month. But you spend so much time and money trying to get that for them, to make them happy. The Lord say a gift destroyeth the heart. Understand that. But the truth gonna set them free. Tell them the truth. It's that simple. And guess what? You ain't got to worry about trying to be in the malls around December 25th, trying to get them some foolishness. Dodging the damn evilness. The damn suicide rate, the depression rate, the automobile crash rate, the gunfire. Everything increases around the holiday spirit, for those who don't know. Everything increases. Every manner of wickedness increases. Think about that. Trying to celebrate something that's wicked, something that's evil. The Lord told you to stay away from that. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. He told his people, the Israelites, not to follow the way of the heathen. Think about that. But we want to do it anyway. We ignorant. But just think about how your households, how your families, how your communities, how your neighborhoods would change if you would just stop being scared and stand up and be real and be honest. You know? Tell your people the truth. Stop just being passive. Stop tucking your tail. Stop being scared. Stop giving a damn what folks say, and do what's required of you. They're going to respect you more for standing up for yourself rather than being a coward and tucking your tail and conforming to the rest of this world. They'll realize there's something else special about you. That brother or that sister got more understanding than most. Why? Because they keeping the commandments of the Most High God, doing what he says to do. It's that simple. But the message of this is to think before you do. Realize what's going on. Repent. Stop breaking God's law. Stop breaking his commandments. Stop being conformed to the ways of this world. Understand who you are and what's required of you. You're an Israelite, man, woman, and child. You're special. You're royalty. According to Deuteronomy 7:6, Deuteronomy 14:2. You know, a peculiar treasure. You're special. Act like it. And on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying for you. I'm the brother Ananias from A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. You know, like, comment, share. Most importantly, share this content, because it's not only important for you, but your own brothers and sisters to get this information, to understand what's going on. So on that note, I say shalom to you, and all praise to the Most High God.